In 1940, as Germany launched its Blitzkrieg campaigns across Europe, the typical Wehrmacht soldier was equipped with a mix of essential gear designed for mobility, endurance, and combat effectiveness under fast-moving conditions. At the core of his loadout was the Carabiner 98T, a bolt-action rifle widely regarded for its reliability and accuracy, accompanied by a supply of ammunition typically stored in 5-round stripper clips for quick reloading. Soldiers often carried a standard-issue Luger P08 or Walther P38 sidearm, depending on availability and rank, which provided additional personal defense in close combat situations. For protection and utility, a steel helmet, known as the Stahlhelm, was worn at all times, offering significant coverage for the head and a recognizable silhouette that became iconic in military history. Alongside weapons, every soldier carried a field kit, including a gas mask in a metal container, which reflected the ongoing fears of chemical warfare from World War I experiences, and a small entrenching tool that could serve multiple purposes, from digging foxholes to use as a handheld weapon if needed. Food and sustenance were critical during campaigns that often covered long distances without guaranteed supply lines. Soldiers typically had a bread bag containing rations like hardtack biscuits, canned meat, and sometimes coffee or sugar packets. Water was carried in a canteen attached to the belt or backpack, while mess kits provided a way to prepare and eat meals on the move. Clothing and personal items were also meticulously organized. Standard uniforms included wool tunics, trousers, and boots suitable for a variety of European terrains and weather conditions. Soldiers often added greatcoats during colder months, and scarves or gloves were included when possible for added warmth. Personal hygiene items, including a small wash kit, razor, and sometimes a toothbrush, were included for practical daily care, demonstrating the Army's attention to both efficiency and soldier morale. For carrying all these items, the Wehrmacht issued a variety of packs and belts designed for weight distribution and accessibility. The bread bag, gas mask container, ammunition pouches, and canteen were typically mounted on a leather belt, while the larger rucksack held additional clothing, spare ammunition, and personal effects. This system allowed soldiers to remain mobile while maintaining access to all essential tools. Specialized troops sometimes had additional equipment depending on their role. Machine gunners carried extra belts of ammunition and tripod components, while officers might have maps, binoculars, and a sidearm, reflecting both command responsibilities and battlefield necessities. Medical supplies were generally basic but vital, often consisting of a small field dressing, bandages, and disinfectant, carried either by the individual soldier or distributed among squad members. Beyond practical items, the psychological and symbolic aspects of the gear were important. Uniforms fostered a sense of unity and discipline, while the presence of personal items, such as letters from home or small religious tokens, provided comfort amidst the chaos of combat. The combination of personal defense, sustenance, utility tools, and morale-boosting items illustrates a comprehensive approach to equipping soldiers for the intense and dynamic warfare of 1940. The Wehrmacht's gear reflected both lessons learned from the previous World War and an anticipation of the new style of rapid, mechanized combat that defined blitzkrieg strategies. Observers and historians note that while the equipment was generally effective, soldiers often faced challenges with weight and maintenance, especially during long marches or harsh weather conditions, highlighting the constant balance between mobility and preparedness. Some experts argue that the standardization of gear contributed significantly to the effectiveness of German infantry units, allowing for predictable training and logistics, while others note that supply shortages and field improvisations sometimes forced soldiers to adapt creatively to circumstances. Nevertheless, the typical soldier's kit in 1940 represented a careful balance of firepower, survival tools, and personal items designed to maintain operational effectiveness while supporting the physical and mental needs of men engaged in fast-paced and high-risk operations. And that's something worth remembering when you next study the logistical and human elements of early World War II campaigns.